I'm going to take you back to 1998, a time when Britney Spears was topping the charts, France was winning the World Cup, but also a time when video games were kinda still seen by most people as something just for little kids. Playing video games hadn't really become a social norm yet, and this whole gamer culture that we now have had yet to be built around it. Violent video games were still being hailed as the gateway drug to terrorism, or the worship of Satan, or being one of those guys who has to take a piss every 5 minutes when you set off in a long car journey. So when it was announced that there would be a hyper-violent arena fighter in which a bunch of twisted murderers, psychopaths and sociopaths could duke it out for a chance to return from death and continue terrorising society, a lot of responsible adults were understandably concerned. It probably seems quite silly by modern standards, especially considering we now have games where creative torture is considered some sort of fucking art form in and of itself. But back in 1998, a game which glorified violence in such a raw and unfiltered way as Thrill Kill did was just too much, and the game was promptly pulled by EA, but not before the devs finished making it. Disgruntled and disappointed that the game was never going to see the light of day, it wasn't long before former employees decided to upload the game to the internet, and that's where an 11-year-old me comes into the story. Now I'm going to take you to Britain, a country of long shadows on cricket grounds. Warm beer, invincible green suburbs, dog lovers, and car boot sales. Yes, in Britain we have a cultural phenomenon known as the car boot sale. These are places where you can go and buy old crap from the back of people's vehicles. And back in the mid to late 90s, these gatherings tended to always have one or two guys selling pirated discs. Music, movies, games, you name it. These guys had it. To my young mind, these roguish traders were like fucking wizards, conjuring 40 quid's worth of cutting-edge technology out of thin air and selling it to me for nothing. It was by this outlawed form of the arcane that I came across Thrill Kill, a game which was so evil that even EA wouldn't publish it. Okay, so let's fire this up and play. Pretty standard menu really, pretty standard 1998 animations on the fire. Interesting thing about this game is that it's actually a 4-player game, which was pretty rare for the time. I mean, I didn't really know any kids who owned a multi-tap anyway. Wait a minute, what's that? The Imp. The Imp. As in Game of Thrones The Imp? As in Tyrion Lannister? Oh my god. Tyrion Lannister in a devil costume on stilts. Well, this has officially become the greatest fighting game ever made. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tyrion Lannister choking a surgeon with his stilt. Well, I don't think I'll ever be able to get that image out of my head. And why would you want to? It's awesome. But, all silliness aside, this game does have some pretty novel ideas. First off, unlike most arena fighters, you don't have a health bar that goes down, you have a kill meter that goes up whenever you land a hit. Once it's full, you become invincible and only have to land a single slap on an enemy in order to perform a brutal fatality slaying. Fucking awesome. I suppose when you think about it, this kind of makes Thrill Kill the PlayStation's answer to Super Smash Bros. That's an odd thought. These fatalities are ridiculous. You've got to remember this was 1998. The most violent game on a console so far was basically GTA 1 maybe? We just weren't used to this level of violence at all. Okay, so like any good game, Thrill Kill saves the best till last. If you win all of the fights and become the last man standing, your character will get resurrected and you'll be treated to some of the most hilarious cutscenes in video gaming. Let's watch. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. He did just break out of a postal van and stuff an old lady into a mailbox. What can I really say about that isn't already rushing through your incredibly confused mind? Don't worry, I promise I won't make any jokes about going postal. How about one more? You know you want one.
Hi, Bill. I'm really sorry to have to tell you this, but you were right. Your husband has been seeing another woman. I hope you'll be all right.
Honey, I'm home. Sweetheart. Belle, are you here? Honey?
So, if any impressionable young ladies are watching this, you now know that the solution to an unfaithful husband is to become a dominatrix and kill him with a calprod. Who the fuck am I kidding? There aren't any girls on the internet.